Yes, go ahead. Phone call,
Hello?
please.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I want to make a comment about the Carrie trailer. I mean, have you guys seen that thing that bit they did where they staged somebody with telekinetic powers and then she went wild and tore up a place?
Yeah, the coffee shop video. Sorry, we were correcting the
Yeah,
sound. The
yeah.
coffee shop. That was I got that on my list right over here. I thought that was wild.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
What do you think
Yeah.
about them remaking Carrie, movie from possibly from the 70s? What do you think about that?
I think what they're doing is they're like making a movie that's already been made, and that's the problem Hollywood has now is where they just go back and they're remaking the same movies over and over again. So it's a good way to publicize the picture, but doesn't really make me want to see it. I mean, I've already seen it. I've seen it without seeing it. So
Well, you know what the problem is? Everybody was online all over the place talking more about the coffee shop video than talking about the movie. You know, that can backfire. Everybody says, "Wow, that's a great clip. What's all that about?" It was about this girl called Carrie, which is a remake. Oh, screw that. I'll stick with the coffee shop video. So
yeah, they probably didn't have enough confidence in the picture.
yeah,
They
exactly.
did something to push it.
Well, did you hear about this? Remember Michael Bay? He did his company. He got into redoing Texas Chainsaw Massacre, redoing Friday the 13th. He redid Nightmare on Elm Street, and he did another one on the Amityville Horror, which all bombed. Okay, they were actually reboots, not remakes or sequels. They actually rebooted all those franchise, Michael Bay company, and apparently he didn't get the hint. He said he's going to actually finance the next horror film himself. He's going to create a new character. Okay, and then,
About time.
yeah, well, that's one aspect of it, but he's actually going to do his own horror film and create a new character like a Jason or Michael or whatever. But he's going to produce it and direct it himself. What do you think about him going anywhere near horror to begin with?
Well, the recent horror films that they made, the only one I really liked was the one where Freddy fought Jason. And I was thinking, like, why couldn't they go more into that route where they could, like, team up the old horror characters together? I mean, that would actually be a movie that would be actually worth seeing.
Right.
Like,
Well, a lot of it had to do with copyright issues. If you heard about the box set of Friday the 13th, Paramount owned the original, I think, the first 10, and the last couple of ones was owned by New Line Cinema, which belongs to Warner Brothers. And so finally, one of them gave up the rights where they come and they put all the films together and a big box set and stuff like that. So that had to do with a bunch of copyright issues. And as far as Paramount, they figured, well, Michael Bay took a shot at it and it tanked. So they don't want to go near any of these characters, you know. I mean, they brought back Chucky, which I thought it was okay. It was to the All-Star Chucky 6. They came out with a box set, but people are still talking about the Seed of Chucky and the follow-up on that, the Bride of Chucky. It went in a really bad direction, being a comedy and stuff like that. Nobody could tell the director, Don Cucino, I believe his name is, and he was goofing into the whole horror franchise. And it was like a tongue-in-cheek, and the people don't get that. They just hate those two movies. And so he had to go back to Chucky 6 and, go back to the original style of being dark and gloomy. And even though I did like the film, and it does pay respects to all the other movies, there's a lot of references, a couple cameos, no spoilers, they do show up. And it has 3 multiple endings. As a matter of fact, the Bride of Chucky does show up at the end of the movie. But the only reason I'm not spoiling that for you is because a lot of people, as soon as credits come on, they shut the thing off because it's available on video on demand, and it's also available on Blu-ray. I am telling people, stick around the credits. There's 2 more extra scenes, like what they do with the Marvel comics. After the credits end, there's another scene, a good scene that lasts about an hour. No, excuse me, a minute and a half. So I'm telling people, do not cut off after the credits. There's another scene. Again, it's a cameo related to one of the other characters. So Chucky 6 is not a reboot. It's a direct sequel, including The Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky, because they do references to all the other films. So in that respect, that's in the right direction. But is the audience going to want this? And that's the whole thing.
yeah, that's interesting that they put these things always at the end of the movie, like an extra scene at the end of the credits.
Yeah, they did the
Like
same
if
thing
you
with
went to
Machete
the
Kills.
ending of Pacific Rim, there's a scene after the credits which shows you what happened to one of the characters in this movie that appeared to die earlier in the film.
Right.
So there's an extra scene at the end of Pacific Rim. You know.
I missed that because as soon as the credits were gone, I had a meeting and I got out of the theater. But I heard about the extra ending. But that's okay. I'll catch up with the Blu-ray. You're mentioning about a trailer Machete?
Yeah, Machete ends. They do the same thing in Machete ends. There's an extra scene at the end, so it's like you have to go through all the credits before they throw you one extra scene. So don't leave out the credits.
Most people don't do that. Most people just take off as soon as the credits come on.
Yeah, they all make a mad dash. We all like chase each other. Same thing happened with Fast 6, Fast 5. There's always an extra scene. Nowadays, people are waiting for the extra scene. The same thing happened when I was watching Batman. The last Batman, I waited for the extra scene at the end after all the credits. Boom, nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
But speaking about the next Batman, what do you think about that? Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it much because the big show, we're going to do a superhero show, and what I've been waiting for is the Man of Steel to come out on Blu-ray.
That movie was awful. They got too far away from the mythology with the Man of Steel. No Lex Luthor, no Kryptonite. It was the worst.
So you didn't like it, huh?
Well,
I hated it. I mean, Superman killing Zod at the end of the movie. I mean, I'm sorry for spoiling it for people that haven't seen it. Yeah. But how the hell could Superman kill Zod? They're both indestructible. It's impossible.
Exactly.
It was the worst. I mean, and Zack Snyder will probably direct Batman versus Superman. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, but everybody thought. I agree. Zack Snyder, okay, because he pulled off Watchmen. At least I thought, because it's a graphic novel, and those are things that are really hard to pull off on a big screen. Right. I thought he did a kind of an honorable job, and considering how many, practically every director was attached to that movie. Even what just came out on Blu-ray, The Meaning of Life, Mighty Python. Was it Terry Grimes? Is his name? One of the Pythons. Gilliam, excuse me, right. And he was attached to do Watchmen and stuff like that. And he, him and his big giant creatures that he likes, And who knows what he would have done with Mr. Manhattan and stuff like that. So, so when I heard Zack Snyder doing it, and he got it, basically he pulled it off. Considering all the other directors that were attached to it, it could have been a lot worse. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe he can pull off Man of Steel. And now we find out, nope, wrong director.
Well, it just shows you that they don't have confidence in having Superman appear in a movie by himself. If he's co-starring with Batman in a movie, he's going to be overshadowed by Batman. It's obvious.
No, of course.
They might as well make it the Batman movie, because what I heard they also wanted to attach Larry David and make him Mixoplex and make him as Superman's arch villain.
That would have been fun.
Really?
But they're going to do that. They said that Ben Affleck has been in conversation with Larry David to bring him in as Mixoplex to battle Superman.
Where's Brainiac?
Yeah, bring in some new characters. Brainiac.
Yeah, or that villain that killed Superman. I can't think of his name right now. Spikes.
Was it Doomsday?
Yeah, Doomsday.
Okay, there we go, Doomsday.
See, that's what the fans are dying to see. They're dying to see Doomsday on screen.
Yeah, I mean, if they bring in Lex Luthor again, I'm going to be like, no, I'm not going to see it. I've seen it already. I've seen it done the first 3 times. There's no reason to do it like a 4th time.
Been there and done it. I mean, yeah. Gene Hackman played him in Superman 1, 2, 3, and 4. No, Lex Luthor was not in number 3. That's the one with Richard Pryor. Right. But he was already in 3 out of 4 movies, right, as far as the character. Then Lex Luthor
and then
again.
They brought it back. They brought the Lex Luthor character back.
Superman Returns.
And Superman Returns.
Well, why don't they get that actor from Smallville to play Luthor in a movie? That would be awesome. Was it Michael Rosenbaum? Was that his name?
Yeah, but I don't think it has that much to do with who plays Superman. Like I always think, Superman, Batman, they put on the mask, and it's basically the mask or the costume acting. It basically has to be the script, the plot. What is the purpose for them being there?
Right. Considering I've been on for over 20 years, I said this a couple of years ago. They should have got the cast from Smallville to do Superman Returns. I mean, the guy.
That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer right there.
Yeah, the character Rosenberg, the actor, and he was perfect as Lex Luthor. I said, that's your Lex Luthor. If you're gonna put a Lex Luthor in the movie, it's written like that. Okay, fine. There's your actor. Oh, we gotta search for the right actor. Now they mentioned Bryan Cranston. He's pretty perfect like Luthor, and he said, I don't want to do that. I'm going, oh Jesus Christ.
Nobody wants to do it. That's a problem.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, you think they could find a good actor for that role. I mean, that was the problem with the Superman movie. No Lex Luthor, and Clark Kent was only seen at the end of the picture which to me says the actor that plays Superman doesn't have any range to play Clark Kent.
Right.
That's sad.
Eh,
And like I said, nowadays they're just making these movies to make money. They don't hire writers. They don't pay for writers. They don't have the good writers. It's like the best writers are in the comic books or in the graphic novels, and they don't hire those people. And for them, it's all about the dollars, all about the money. Like you could see, you go to Comic-Con this week.
Summer.
and
All
you
they
could
were
go
trying to do was create new franchises,
Yeah.
and the audience
said.
didn't respond.
Like you could go to Comic-Con this week. For them, Comic-Con, they don't care about the people who go there anymore. It's to them, it's all about the money. You go in there, it's like airport security check. They close down everything. It almost seems like you're going in there for like a check of a virus. You go through an airport security screening. You can't do almost anything. You have to go in. You don't see much. It's terrible. It's like a cordoned off quarantine area. And to them, I guess it's all about the money. You got to buy a separate ticket to go to separate venues. And it's just terrible. They're just sucking the life out of it. And so when they kill it, they'll be like, oh, people really weren't interested in this stuff.
yeah. I mean, look.
They're making it hard on the fans. That's what they're doing. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, a good example, Iron Man 3, and I said this a couple of times. We gotta sell this to a new market, which is China. So we can't afford, we can't offend the Chinese. So let's make Mandarin an actor. Okay, forget about him as a villain. Crimson Dynamo. Oh no, well, you know, Russia is the second biggest market, so we can't offend them. So we can't have Crimson Dynamo. That means the one you pick, it was that the whole extremist, which is one of the worst stories in the Iron Man mythology. You pick that as the villain, and you pick that as the whole storyline? Are you kidding me? With all the things that is available, and like we're saying about Batman and Superman, Lex Luthor again. I mean, next Batman, what are you gonna redo? Nobody can top Heath Ledger as the Joker, as far as I'm concerned. But you already done Bane and Catwoman. But what are you gonna do? Bring Riddler and the Penguin again? You know?
Go back to the classic characters. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever saw a cartoon they once did where Superman and Batman teamed up against Lex Luthor and the Joker. It was awesome. I mean, why can't they do something just basic, simple, keep it simple, show us the characters we want to see, and, you know, to test a few plot twists to surprise us. And
I said this before, they had a problem with Green Lantern. Just remake one of the DC comics that's been coming on a straight-to-video. Those are perfectly written, perfectly directed, great stories, great storylines. Just, you know, that's your storyboard right there.
Yeah, and stop with the mythology. I'm done. I know how these people got their powers. Stop remaking a movie and telling me the mythology. You waste so much of the movie building up to it, and then by the time you have to have him fight with the villain, no one cares.
Yeah, I mean, it's called the internet. I mean, you know anything about the Hobbit?
One of the dumbest things they did in the Superman movie was the scene where Superman lets his father die. Because his father told him that sometimes people have to die, so there's a tornado, and his father's about to be killed, and Superman's with other people, and he doesn't rescue his father because he doesn't want to reveal his powers. And I'm thinking, like, well, you know, when they made the first movie, Superman's dad died from a heart attack.
Yes.
But in this one, he just let him die. I mean, who came up with this crap?
the same guys who did Batman. Can you believe it? Was it David Goya?
They're the wrong people to do that, because Batman is like a realistic character. It's not fantasy. It's kind of grounded in reality.
Right.
They were the wrong people to do Superman. They need to find a better creative team for Superman if they want the character to be successful again. I think everybody that's a fan of this character was very disappointed with the movie, and that's why it didn't make so much money.
Well, look till we get a lot of people complain about Ben Affleck. Not only he produced, directed for Argo, but he's also got an Academy Award for screenplay. So people say, yeah, hey Ben Affleck. The only thing he can do is improve on it. There's no way he can damage the property. The property is damaged. Men of Steel is your friggin' proof.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I'm not with all these people that are dumping on Ben Affleck. I mean, he's done some crappy films in his career, but the bottom line is if he plays Batman, you know, the movie will either sink or swim if it has, like, a good director and a good screenplay, same as any other movie.
Okay, with that being said, we ran out of time. We're out of here in a couple of seconds.
Don't forget, have a good one, guys.
All right, you too. Thanks for calling, man. Great conversation. Yeah. Dr. Blacker Page, Updated Daily. I'm going to be on Black Talk Radio on Wednesday, and I see you then.
All right.
And thanks for tuning in. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Batman versus Superman's a bad concept. They got nobody else.
Well, that thing's been the back burner for